Hey there, American Horror Story fans. We are halfway through the end of the world. That's right, we are talking about episode 5, the halfway mark of season 8 Apocalypse, entitled Boy Wonder. Stay tuned.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hello, American Horror Story fans. Welcome to the AfterBuzz TV American Horror Story Apocalypse After Show. We're talking about season 8, episode 5, Boy Wonder. I'm your host, Alana Jordan. Joining me, the full panel of awesomeness.
Hey guys, Ashley Allen here.
Hey guys, I'm Jennifer Leon.
Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm Kayla Rene'e.
And right off the bat, I gotta ask you guys, last week was, I think, one of our all-time favorite episodes. What did you guys think of this one?
This one was like, ooh, like I just kind of feel like it's like a starting mark to everything else that's like gonna happen for the rest of the season. It's like the halfway mark, but it's kind of like a basketball game. It's like halfway, you know, it's like halftime or whatever. Like, you know what I mean, a little halftime. So it's like, but it was interesting to see what everything that went on this whole episode. I'm like Cordelia passing out, and then I thought like the world had already ended, and then it was like a dream. So I'm like, ooh, how are they gonna spin it? But yeah, it was interesting to see this episode.
Yeah, a lot of connections, which made me happy. And like we talked earlier, it seemed like a little filler, and when they tend to do that, then it's gonna really be big in the next few weeks. So I don't think it's gonna disappoint moving forward.
Yeah, same. I really like this episode. I would say it started off with a bang, started off bloody, but it really just hyped me up for next episode.
You're right, it started off. Let us know that this episode had some bite.
And here we go. Start of the evening. Wait, first of all, I'm super excited that Misty is back. Like, I don't know about everybody else. Like, all our viewers.
Definitely
like,
be talking about
Misty.
I do have to say, real quick thing before we dive too far into it. Some people tweeted me some spoilers for this episode, so just want to say across the board.
Spoiler alert!
Not really a spoiler alert right now, but an alert about spoilers.
Yes.
Don't post them, guys. Don't do it. Everybody is getting things in different time zones, so we love you. We love hearing from you, but just do us a favor. Send us things about the episode after the after
You know,
show.
but that's some people's motive, though, to, like, ruin the show for you.
This
say
wasn't
something
intentional. It just wasn't. They just weren't thinking about
okay.
it. So just keep it in mind that, maybe don't say, hey, did you lose it when the biggest thing in the episode happened? Because now I didn't. Because
If you haven't seen us on here yet, then we haven't watched it.
We haven't watched it yet. So don't
wait.
Yeah, just wait. We love hearing from you guys, but just wait on it.
We film immediately after.
Yes.
There's no time.
I do love, too, that since this is the halfway episode, that technically makes this the halftime show.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about it.
Halftime.
Welcome to the American Horror Story Apocalypse halftime show.
All the colors.
Yeah, it's the best. It's like when Nelly and NSYNC were together, and everyone was like, "Yeah." Okay, sorry. Yeah, take
But I
us
am
right
kind of
back.
sad. I am kind of sad that it's like halfway through. I'm like, wow, there's only 5 episodes left.
I know. I'm
know.
excited though, because this has been a really, really cool season, and we'll also, in addition to breaking down the episode, we'll give you guys our predictions as well as letting you know some news and gossip that we have about the show this week, including about exactly how awesome last week was. We're not talking about last week. We're talking about this week. So, kicking off the episode, man, we get Cordelia's vision of Robichaux's Academy.
Oh, man.
Just
In the
brought to
dumps.
hell
I
and
know.
back, or just straight up in hell. She's calling out everybody's names except for poor Madison.
Wait, first of all, these like demons that came, like zombies that came and attacked her. I was like, oh my
Walking
god,
Dead style. I was like, okay.
like 10 times worse. I was like,
know.
wow, her whole intestines and neck was being ripped apart. I was like, wow,
It was aggressive.
real
We've
gory.
seen so many different kinds of zombies on this show too, without any of them being like the focus of any of the seasons.
Very
and
true.
I love it. It's like
Yeah.
the cabin in the woods of TV.
Brock, I think
here are
Brock
all
is
the
still
references.
Brock
They're
is
all
still my
slightly
favorite zombie though. Like he's super savage.
Dude, Brock. Oh,
He needs to
poor
come back.
Brock. I know. I do
Oh,
want to see
man.
more of Brock, but I also kind of don't because it's rough. It's sad. It's like I just want to see more of his flashbacks. Like, oh, let's just remember when he had a
in his
nice car
Ferrari,
and things
yeah.
were cool.
Did they ever
and
show how he died? Because I think he just stabbed Coco in the head and
he
then that
didn't
was
die.
it, right?
He's
No, I
still,
think
he's
he's
Like,
still
yeah, I was
around.
like, where is he at? Like,
That's why
where's
Coco.
Brock?
Last we saw Coco, well, before this episode, was she was swearing revenge on
Yeah.
Brock. Was she was
Yeah.
brought back and she was like, "All right, you're gonna give me a splitting headache.
Yeah, so technically
I'll
he's still
return the
around.
favor."
I'm like, he's still in the house, just kicking it in the room. Like,
Yeah, because nobody knows he's
I know,
there.
like,
so
Yeah. No,
Nobody
one thing
knows.
that was interesting about this too was she finally says, "Okay, look, I've come back. I've woken up. I saw this vision of this apocalyptic future that could happen. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna give the test of the 7 wonders because we have to see if Michael is going to be the next Supreme." Interesting thing though, it's going to be during the rise of the blood moon, which we know from Roanoke that very specific things happen during the blood moon. So I think they're I don't know if that's going to be the only tie-in to Roanoke, if it's just going to be that one like throw out, or if it's going to be like, oh no, this is important because we talked about all of the demonic forces in Roanoke and how the evil incarnate can be brought back with all the villagers and everything. So
to be honest, they need to leave Roanoke out.
I was gonna say I'm fine with that being the only Roanoke
I was
reference.
about to
So
say,
let's just
Ryan, we
leave it
love
at
you,
that.
but Roanoke just wasn't it.
So I went back and I rewatched all of the seasons before this season, and I got to Roanoke, and I'm not gonna lie, I did skip over it, but I went
Yeah.
back and I've been rewatching it, and when you watch it all together, it's not that bad if you just kind of stop before the last couple.
Roanoke was kind of like, it was kind of
If you don't watch the whole thing, like if you stop before the YouTubers, if you're like,
Yeah.
I love you, Tessa Farmiga, you're an amazing actress, but like, why are you
Yeah, I'll
here?
just skip it.
the whole little trailer in the backyard with the YouTubers. Yeah.
I get through it. I actually didn't mind it. But really quick, though, I'm wondering about the cult find. I'll throw it out there now that we're talking about it. In Cult, they said the same phrase in Latin that Michael did last episode. So I'm thinking that with the Latin that he said in this episode, maybe there's something connected, or maybe there's something in the future, but there's definitely something there with the language. And that's the only thing from Cult that I've seen.
Yeah,
I didn't think
Okay.
about that.
Yeah,
That's a good
which
point.
is that is a good point too. And then the different Latin spells and everything that
Yeah.
are brought in. It's interesting seeing all these very subtle tie-ins. And I don't know.
I love that.
I love it too. You know what else I love? All of the shows here on AfterBuzz.
I love all the
Yes.
shows
Oh my
here.
God. Aren't they amazing, you guys? Let me tell you all about them. AfterBuzzers, our network, produces after shows for nearly all of your favorite TV shows, from dramas, reality TV, including our sci-fi channel and more. There's no network that works harder to serve our television fans. But you guys, we need your help. We're asking that you guys please subscribe to one or more of our YouTube channels. By subscribing to our channel, YouTube will suggest content that's tailor-made for you, and you'll continue to help AfterBuzz to grow. And if you're worried about those pesky notifications, guys, do not be, because they're optional. So hit that subscribe button now for this channel and check out all of our AfterBuzz YouTube channels as well. Let us know you did so in the comments, and of course we'll thank you on air. But for now, thank you guys for being the best fans and for helping us be the ESPN of TV talk. Yes. And if you're
Halftime
listening to us
show.
on iTunes, go ahead and give us that 5-star rating.
Yeah,
And
do
we're on
it.
Spotify.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, and we're on Spotify.
We're everywhere, guys.
Subscribe to everything. You don't want to miss anything, or it might make you apoplectic.
Yes, on time today.
We need like a scoreboard up here. Like Elena.
Pun
That was
board.
really kind of more. It was less of a pun, and it was more just like a Myrtle shout out. I don't know if it really deserved the bump, but you know, whatever.
so
We'll take it.
How's
It
our
seemed
chat
like it
going?
was supposed to be a punchline, so we'll give it to you. We'll
Take
give it to you.
How's our chat going? Do we want to dive into that, Elena?
Yeah, let's look at some.
Our chat
some
is
of our
going
chat.
pretty good, so we'll give
my
some of you
God.
guys a shout out. We have Nas again every week. Welcome
Love
back.
you, Nas.
Yes,
What's up,
shout out to
Nas?
Nas.
We have
She's like the
Christopher
best.
90 in the chat. We have Pearl Forster, Calvin Aragon.
Sure.
And yeah, so thank you guys. We will be checking in with you throughout the whole show like we normally do. So if you guys have any comments, any theories, throw them out there and we'll give you a shout out.
It seems like besides Nas, why does it seem like every week the names get harder and harder to pronounce?
I know.
It's like, yes, we love you, Nas, and it's like everybody
just
else.
comment your actual names instead of like Beer Lover 968, like with all letters. I'm like, I can't. I don't know. I said beer, but we'll see where your brain goes. All right. Oh, and just a shout out too, because somebody asked what apoplectic does actually mean, and it just means
I'm not gonna
angry,
lie.
livid,
I didn't know.
upset. Myrtle loves using these big words, but the only reason it was funny to me was because, like, in her very Myrtle, like, I have the same emotion in everything I say. I'm apoplectic. And I'm like, you don't sound very angry. But whatever. Anyway, Myrtle's all pissed off right now because she's like, you cannot give this test to this boy. Like, this is a horrible idea. Yeah. This has never been done before. What are you doing? This, men make terrible leaders, and I love her Attila the Hun and Mark Zuckerberg comparisons.
Oh my God.
I was like, I see you, Ryan Murphy. Shout out.
He's so creative.
I love it. But, she's saying, just give us some time because Malory is showing off all of these amazing powers. She brought this deer back to life. We thought that Malory might be Misty reincarnate, but clearly we were wrong, as we saw.
I was going to say, I definitely was like, nope, she's Misty. Here, no.
I still think what I think. I don't know.
Maybe. But Malory does make this deer come to life. So Myrtle is saying, just please delay the test. Give her some time to blossom and to come to fruition. She should be our next Supreme. And this is when Cordelia drops the bomb that she has to pick another Supreme because she's fading, which means that the other Supreme is, as we saw in Coven, coming to fruition. It was crazy seeing her stomach with that weird, like...
It looked so scaly and like it was weird.
It was like she was molding.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, you look like what's in my fridge right now. That's not good for anybody. Like, this is just sad for all of us, all around.
Checked.
All of our choices are bad.
That needs to be quarantined.
Quarantine.
I'm starting the apocalypse in my freezer. Like, welcome, what up? I'm the new Michael Langdon. This is also when we get to see Coco and her dad, and Coco saying what her power is, which appears to just be detecting gluten.
I
She's
just
a gluten
love
detector.
how Ryan just talks like shit sometimes about like the LA people. Like just like little things here and there. It's so good. So funny.
I love it. Like she slaps this biscotti out of her brother Trevor's hand, and they later find out that he has a disease and it would have killed him. So Cordelia's saying, you have the ability to detect danger. And she's like, I live in Beverly Hills. I just touch cookies. And I'm like, this is not a gluten-free cookie. You were lied to. Yeah. Generic Beverly Hills woman.
I'm hoping since we're kind of laughing at her gift, I'm hoping that at some point later on in the season that she's going to be a key factor to whatever is going to happen. Hoping so.
Well, I mean, Cordelia did say she was like reading it all wrong. It's like, no, your power is to sense things that are dangerous. So it's like, I don't know.
Give us some clues from gluten to Cluton.
We haven't seen
a ton of clues. That was a good one. You're welcome.
We haven't seen what Coco thought about Michael yet. So let's see what happens. I mean, Misty did a little hint. So
I'm thinking Coco is going to be like, no.
Yeah.
See, my whole thing is like, how do they have these characters kind of split up? Because it's like, if you think about it, it's like, okay, Coco's in the Coven in New Orleans, but it's like, while they're all like in the house, like so Coco's just chilling? Is she just kicking it? Or?
I think that's what it is that Malory and Coco are back at the house right now. It's because they've been brought back to the academy.
Okay.
Yes, they're in New Orleans. Cordelia is still in New Orleans, presumably at this point with Myrtle. Like she's being brought back there. And so, because later we see John Henry is saying, look, I'm going to go to Cordelia. I'm going to New Orleans. I'm going to go find this witch and be like, hey.
You were right.
Yeah, shit's going down with this Michael guy. I just saw his face go all wonky.
Yeah. And we all knew he wasn't going to make it. Oh.
Oh my God, I know.
R.I.P.
So right.
I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt, but it was like, no, you always know something bad happens when you find out they're in an abandoned gas station.
Yes.
The only one, and some random car pulls up, and you're just all casual, like, oh, la-di-da. Like, no, I'm paying attention to all my surroundings.
Exactly.
Like, no.
I was like, it made
He's
me
all
think
on
of
his
that
phone
scene in
on
Urban
Instagram,
Legend where I was like, oh, no, you're at the gas station. Bad things are going to happen.
Yeah.
Yes, like people
So
pay
disappointed.
attention to your surroundings. Get off your phone when you're pumping gas.
It's a
PSA.
statement about observation and about our reliance on diesel fuels. Neither of those things are good.
You never know when the Antichrist nanny is going to come through.
You never know. You never know. So yeah, freaking Mead just shows up out of nowhere playing up the I'm a sweet little old lady card until she just gets all stabby.
Was I the only one that got Misery vibes? Like, it was like she slashed the ankles, and I was just like, wow, Misery reincarnated. Like,
Have
they
you guys
just gave
seen
her...
Urban Legend? Like back in like the
No.
early, this is one of my favorite horror movies. But there's a scene in it where there's two different scenes in it. One is that there's somebody in the back seat. There's this gas station. It's creepy, you know, the urban legend of you stop at the gas station, there's somebody in the back seat, like, coming to get you.
Oh, yeah.
But then there's also the urban legend of somebody under your car who slits your ankles.
Oh, Lord.
Like, why you should check underneath the car. So this just seemed like it was like a tribute to, like, hey, all you guys who watched the early 2000s movie, like, shout out Jared Leto was in it. Like,
Oh,
I
wow. I'm going to actually have to go back and do
felt
that.
very
I'm like,
Urban
I love watching,
Legend.
like,
Like,
okay,
yeah.
it's called Urban Legend. Okay, I'm going to have to keep that
And
in
since
mind.
he does a lot of references to different things, like Rowan Oak was just reference after reference after reference. That's what that one got a little lost in the references, I think, which is why some people were like, okay.
It was too much.
Yeah, because it's like, are we going to circle back to why they got all Blair Witchy? Oh,
Yeah.
no, it's just because it was creepy. Oh, cool. But this one, I feel like it's all being tied in for, like, it's subtle
It's
reference.
appropriate.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah,
There's a
so-
balance here.
So I liked, and I may be wrong. That may not even be a reference to it at all. It just reminded me of it. So who knows?
I like though how Mead was talking about like God, like she was doing the opposite of what she believes in. She was just like, "Oh, God bless you," little things, and it's the whole idea of the opposite of
Like the anti.
yeah.
Yeah, I loved that. That's a really good call, girl. I got
I kind of wonder
Just
how
love the
long,
language.
I kind of wonder how long she's going to last.
I think
forever.
You know what I mean?
I mean, I don't think so. Just because she kept hyping up like the you'll never have to lose me. I know you missed me. You'll never have to miss me again. I'm here forever type deal. Where it's like anytime somebody says that, it's like you're gonna die soon.
Yeah.
But then at the
I was
same
gonna say we
time-
have to figure out what happened to her.
Yeah, but then at the same time, because it's like, now that I think about it, like, episode 1 and 2 was like flash forwards. You know what I mean?
This is back now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
back.
like, now they're going backwards to kind of show how they got to that point. Because it's like, now we know the apocalypse happening. Okay, Mead is still like the robot or whatever.
Yeah,
that
this
got
is
brought
while
back. So I'm
she's-
like, I don't know. I'm
And
like,
we
this
don't
is
even
kinda hard to
know
tie
if this
into.
is because this could
Yeah.
be robot Mead or probably at this point it's probably real Mead, and we're
Yeah.
finding out what happened to her with robot being built and why, and then why like probably she was killed with some.
She's
sort
going to be
of
killed by one of the
something.
witches.
Yeah.
That's what
I
I'm
think.
thinking. It's got to be something. I don't know, but. I love that little aside where she's like, okay, Ariel is the one who told me
And he just
about
shows up out of
John.
nowhere.
Yeah, he just like walks out of the woods and she's like, just don't say anything about your dad. And also like, hey, Ariel, why don't you walk up like maybe 5 seconds before so you can see him be like, we're going to destroy the world and I'm going to do it
Right.
from the
Like-
inside and I'm going to say my plan like a supervillain out loud. I'm like, Ariel, what were you doing in the woods? Like taking
But
a pee? Like, pay attention.
At the same time, it's like, it's quiet in the woods too. So it's like, you didn't hear voices kind of just like, we're going to take over the world. Like, you know, as you're walking up. So it's, I don't know. Like, Ariel,
He's like, I want to be polite, not
he's a little
listening.
ditzy. Like,
I was
Yeah,
gonna say,
they're wizards, not whizzes.
He can't be that dumb to not know that this guy is this powerful
Yeah.
and doesn't have something up his sleeve.
Yeah.
But I mean, when you're that
what's his
power
sleeve.
hungry, clearly you get blind to the power. So
Clearly. He might
Yeah.
die too. I feel like Ariel's going to get killed too.
I feel like he has to because that was the whole big thing that they were pushing as they were talking about the hubris of men.
Yeah.
And it was Cordelia saying, you know, I don't want my hubris to be our downfall. So I feel like that's the whole thing is that she even, you know, calls out Ariel and is like, you're just trying to use his power because Chancellor is as high as you can get. That's your highest
Yeah.
ranking.
Yeah.
So you're just trying to piggyback off of little power boy here. And
Also
be like,
well
okay,
said.
well, yeah.
Wasn't that an ego battle? Like they were just going like tit for tat of like what they can do
I'm
and
like,
what they can't do.
dang.
Like, ooh.
But
was
I
great.
did love that when they did the Seven Wonders, that it was a straight up callback to the
Yes, it
Seven
was.
Wonders, like the 1950s, like vintagey black and white, like, yeah, the telekinesis and is it concilium? I always feel like I say it wrong. I think it's the mind control.
Oh.
I think it is concilium, yeah.
Yeah, transmutation, which is like moving the hell around, and but in a witchy way.
That's showing up in different places, right?
Yeah,
like teleporting.
Yeah.
Teleport.
Divination, which is looking at the stones and figuring out where things are hidden. It's basically like a lost and found type scenario for witches. That's the one that did Madison in.
Madison couldn't do it.
That we figured out that's why Madison wasn't the Supreme. Which this was another thing, because somebody said Malory had to be the Supreme because she took her glasses off. We know that that's not true because Madison lost her heart murmur when she came back from the dead. So we know coming back from the dead gets rid of your ailments doesn't necessarily mean that you are the Supreme.
That's
Right.
true.
Right.
So keep
Good
that
point.
in mind.
Good point, Elena.
Pyrokinesis, Vitalum Vitalis, which is bringing crap back to life. Pyrokinesis, lighting stuff on fire. And then this is the big one. Is dissension is going down into hell. This is when Cordelia's switching things up. She's saying not only do you have to go to hell, but you have to go and get Misty Day, which is the only thing I wanted this season. So I'm stoked.
I am too.
So
I'm super
excited.
team Misty. Like,
Yeah,
I don't even know why either, to be honest. I just like her
Because
vibe.
that sweet little swamp witch never wanted any of this. And
That's
she was
true.
like,
True.
I'll be here. I don't give a crap about being the Supreme. I don't want to be the Supreme. We all have to take the test. I guess I'll take the test. I want to
Yeah.
hang out in my swamp. Your husband tried to shoot me. That's the only reason I'm here, Cordelia. Sorry. Anyway,
Well said.
Misty's way nicer than that. She's just like, I'm going to spin around and listen to my Stevie.
She loves Stevie Nicks.
Yeah, and then she gets stuck in the worst hell. And I'm like, she's the only nice one. You are all
I'm
witches
so
and
tired
bitches,
of that
I'm
little
telling
boy.
you.
Mr.
Oh my
Kingery.
God.
Oh, Bobby.
Shut up.
I'm like, Bobby is my
Kingery.
hell.
I
Like,
know.
shut up, Bobby.
She did it again. Like, oh, Lord.
I love that kid has a name, too, that you only see, like, in the subtitles, because he says it, like, what, Bobby? Like, once.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you have to hear this same conversation over and over and over. Like, not even having to kill anything. I'm like, that's my hell. This I thought was interesting, though, because when we saw it in Keven, all the kids started laughing and everything, too. This one, they don't. They're just stone cold
Straightforward,
silent
yeah, it was
for
weird.
it. It was kind of interesting, and it made it even creepier when we see Michael come back walking down this like dark hallway, walking into her room.
He's at
and then
home.
ultimately, dissecting the teacher.
I was like, he did all that with a scalpel? So I was
An
like, that was
evil
a tiny-
scalpel.
Yeah,
But it
I'm
was
like,
a choice. He didn't have to do that to bring
Exactly.
her back at all.
No.
So that's why I feel like she was like, there's
the
some
spirit,
evil
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
And when she goes, oh, you're here to save me, he didn't respond. He's like, I'm not necessarily here to save you.
I'm here to prove a point. Like,
I'm here to get you out of here. But yeah, it was a really, really interesting scenario, the way that the whole thing played out, while meanwhile Ariel and Cordelia are having this like power battle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do
Anything
like
you
that.
can do, I can do better.
Yeah. I do like that she does put him in his place though, and she's like, I am your supreme. Don't forget.
Yes.
I can, with a snap of my finger, I can destroy you. And
Take
I'm
your
like,
learning
ooh,
stuff.
damn, get it.
Her language is great in this episode. Well,
Yeah.
always. But I mean, this one, I was like, give it to him. Every single time he had something to say, I'm like, what is she going to say next? And then she got him. I was like, okay, cool.
But I'm glad though, because it's like in the world that we're living in right now, you know what I mean? It's such like women empowerment. It's
Yeah.
like everybody's for women, and so it's like they're kind of making her like dominant this season. You know what I mean? So I kind of feel like good job, Brian. Cause
And I
it's like,
gotta
you know what I mean?
say,
It's kind of like
yeah.
he's throwing that in there. It's like no, women can have like their own power and stuff too. So
Don't think for a minute
Yes.
she's weak.
yeah,
Yeah.
She's not
Yes.
weak.
He
Yeah.
like
We're
calls
not
her
weak.
mother's daughter, and he's like, "You're a weak woman," and she's like, "Oh no." This I gotta say too, because I know there was some different things that went around like on the internet and stuff, which people were saying, why are girls so into witches like randomly, like every like it seems like everybody has like a weird witch phase, like they're just like, oh yeah, and like middle school she's
I
like
definitely
way into
did
like
have
charm.
like a gothic.
The craft.
Everybody did. Everybody was into the craft.
That was my favorite.
And I feel like
part.
it's because it's women with power. It's women celebrating their own power that's completely independent from men. And I feel like at the current political stage, I'm like, Thank you, Ryan Murphy. Thank you, creators of this show, for really highlighting that and showing this juxtaposition and being like, ultimately, females have the power. So
practical magic. Hello.
Yes, practical magic.
Because I even felt like that with last season with Colt. It was just kind of like, you know, the whole Donald Trump thing. It was like, it's kind of like teasing into vibes of like what we could really be living in. And then it's like now with this season, it's like, okay, like all women.
This seems
like
more like thought out too, which I like.
Very strategic.
And I think even though like men can be typically stronger, physically stronger, we're smart.
Of course,
women are
way
very
smarter.
We think about details. We have everything mapped out before you can even think.
We mature faster than men anyway, like genetically, like biologically. Look at us. No,
sorry guys, we love you, but you know.
And that's basically what Cordelia is doing at this point. We find out that she's basically playing these guys. And when Misty comes back, which I love seeing her remerge from the ashes when we saw her disappear last time. But having her come back and then that Coven music playing, like that perfect fade in, and then Cordelia's nose bleeding and the whole, you know, this is what always happens, when a new Supreme rises, the old one fades. But she passes out before she can finish the sentence, you are the next Supreme. She just gets to, you are the next, and then passes out, which is potentially probably on purpose, because she then, when she's revived and she's talking to Misty and to Myrtle, she's saying, look, I wanted to see how strong his powers were. He will never be the next Supreme. I am never going to name him the next Supreme. You just saw me name him the next one? No, I didn't. She never said the word.
I did not even think of that.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, I see Cordelia. You're plotting.
Smart.
Plotting and scheming.
Which would make sense because she just, as Myrtle said, just came to her power. She just came to like the height of her power.
Yeah.
So now that she's being brought down, it's like, okay, well, you need to make sure that it's going to the right person.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nas in the chat says Supremes have an eighth wonder. They have the power to read people to filth. I love that.
That's funny.
True.
I'm into it. So she's basically saying we're going to fight. Something big is coming. Now we know how powerful Michael is.
Yeah.
He gave us an advantage, though. He brought all of us together. Like, we're all here to fight. Misty, poor thing, is like, look, I'm out. I've been in hell. Like, I'm
I'm too
tired. I
tired.
lost my footing. Cordelia's saying, you've already brought us the first proof. So you've already done, like, you just take your time, you heal. And as a little special treat for you, I'm calling the White Witch. Stevie Nicks is going to bust up in this bitch and start singing to you again.
That was
You
like
guys
a real
like
life
it?
music video. I was like, I thought she was going to be like a little teaser, but then I was like, oh,
like
she's
a
like
whole
really
song.
performing.
Well,
Like,
that's like the opening for Coven when they
That's
did the
true.
Seven Wonders episode,
yeah.
and Stevie was in that
She
one, and
sings
she
the whole
sang the
Seven
whole
Wonders,
Seven
yeah.
Wonders song, and I was like, okay, she's just gonna sing all of
The whole
Gypsy.
song.
I was like,
Yeah.
oh, next verse, okay, we're going into it. Get
we're
it,
going into the
Stevie.
bridge. Like,
She's like, I crimp my bangs for this. I'm singing the whole thing. Like, you're watching the whole thing.
that crimped hair. Like,
Yeah,
They're still alive.
I took time for this, like.
Oh my god.
And I kind of feel like if you're gonna bring Stevie Nicks in, I'm like, do it, sing
Yeah.
the whole. Do you want to just start singing like on the way, like
Give it to her.
I'm like, just let Stevie do it. Like, just everyone else, shut up, do it.
I thought they were gonna like cast some spell on her or something. How all the warlocks were at the top, like looking down at her. I
Right.
thought something was gonna happen. I was like, oh, this is. But they were like, no, this is still a full concert.
They were in
Like, no,
Well, that
we're
was
watching
when I was
Stevie
like,
today.
oh, what do these looks mean? And I was like, it means they need to cut to something while Stevie's
Yeah.
singing.
Yeah.
So I was like waiting for it, and I was like, oh, it's literally just Cordelia's leaving and Madison is following, so that we can see Ariel see it and just be like, hey, what are you guys? What are y'all talking about?
Or no, you mean Beyond.
I'm sorry.
Isn't it Beyond?
Behold.
Behold. I'm sorry.
Behold,
yeah.
Shabless, who is much better at eavesdropping than Ariel is. Ariel sucks at it. Behold's like, door is locked. I'm down the hall. I can hear you,
hear
bitches. Ariel's like, I'm standing behind a tree. What was that? What was that about the world? That you're gonna
Nothing.
destroy us from the end? What? Nothing? Okay, cool.
It was just funny how he was like, if I had $1 for every, what do you say? Like something about
I'll be
Amazon.
making
Like,
more money than Amazon.
Yeah.
You know, they do say men have selective hearing.
they do.
Yeah, basically. I
He
love
only
Billy
heard,
Porter,
yeah.
though. He's such a good actor. Like, on this, I was like, oh, get it.
Give me queen vibes. Like, oh, yes.
And he's like, okay, so if you're going to dig up dirt, because Cordelia's asking Madison, go find out everything that you can about
Yeah.
Michael. He's like, look, if you're going to be digging up dirt on one of mine, I'm going to be in on it. I want to know what is happening, too. And if you don't have me be a part of it. I'm going to tell Michael.
Yeah.
It's like, well, why wouldn't you just go ahead and tell Michael anyway?
Yeah.
And he doesn't say, because I'm pretty sure that Michael's like homegirl just murdered my buddy John.
Does he not have questions? Like,
That's what he says. He's like, I got my own reasons, but it's like,
well,
But see,
Cordelia
I
is
wonder-
here.
But I wonder if they're like their powers. Like, I wonder if he kind of like sensed that he was killed. You know what I mean? Because he's just
A
like,
gut
I got
feeling,
yeah, like 'cause
yeah.
he's like, I got a gut feeling. But at the same time, it was like, okay, he clearly stormed out of there like something was wrong, and it was like, okay, he was on the wall, and then like when he dropped down, you can see on his face like his demeanor was like, maybe there is something going on. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And so it's like, okay, he
well,
died.
John did
I was
flat
gonna
out
say
be like,
John-
he's the white-faced demon that
Yeah.
Cordelia,
Right.
like, I saw him. I know he is. So it's
Yeah.
Said
like,
it.
He's not an idiot. I mean, like he said, his from his own gut feeling. What's his name? John?
yeah, John Henry.
John
John
had
Henry.
been saying it from the entire time.
Exactly.
So, of
and then
course,
Mr. Kingery had a gut feeling.
yeah, and then no male has ever taken the test, not alone, and hasn't passed the test. So clearly, there's something going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
if John Henry is like a seat at the table, like he's like a head part of the Warlocks, you know what I mean? Like if he's packing up his stuff to leave, I would think that's like a cue for everybody to be like, hey, something's not right. But at the same time, they all thought he was jealous anyway. So it's like,
That's
Yeah.
the whole thing, is it's powers. They're
Yeah,
just like,
it's power.
oh, okay, well then it's jealous. And he's like, I'm not jealous, I'm scared.
like,
Yeah.
I think
there's
that's what
going
sold
on,
him.
yeah.
Is he's like,
Yeah.
dude, like
This is creepy.
This is not good.
Yeah.
There's something wrong with it. Everybody
Excuse me.
keeps saying there's something wrong with Michael. There's
Yes.
something wrong with them. Misty said it. She had a sense. There's something wrong with it. Ever since she was a little girl,
Cordelia.
she could always tell. And there's something. I mean, this is what's crazy. Misty flat out talked about how weird those little kids are. After
yeah.
she asked if he's there to save her,
They're all
their
demonic,
eyes
yeah.
roll back,
Oh.
and
And their
just,
necks,
yeah,
like,
and just the
I'm like,
full
ooh.
demon image of these evil forces talking to Michael.
Yeah.
Which Cordelia's saying
Yeah.
maybe he's negotiating your release from hell, but it seems like maybe he is, and maybe the payoff is he's like, and I'm going to bring everybody back to hell with me.
Yeah.
I'm like, ooh,
Creepy.
super creepy.
Why do they always go to hell, though? Just wondering. You know what I mean? Like, why is Misty in hell? She's like a good, like, I don't know.
They just all
Because she's
go
a
to
witch.
hell. Yeah,
I'm
the
like,
witches.
you know what I mean? Like
guess
witch, you
that's
just go to
their
hell.
thing.
Period. Like,
Well, Myrtle does
Are
say
you a good witch or bad
perdition.
witch?
Well,
Yeah, back from perdition.
So, but it literally means, and I just looked it up because I was like, oh, let's just get the real meaning. And it's a state of eternal punishment and damnation into which a sinful and something person. I just scribbled. But I'm just like, okay, I just wanted to break down, like, well, what's going to happen next? Are they all going to go to hell? You know, what?
Yeah.
And then Michael's in control of hell, so Michael's in control of everyone. You know, I feel like I'm just trying to see the future.
Well, what do you guys say we dive into some predictions?
Yeah.
Do it.
ooh.
Let's do it.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
All right, so I hate to go full Coven, but I got to ask you guys, who do you think is the next Supreme?
Malory.
Malory?
I honestly don't even know, but I think I'm gonna just throw it out there. I'm gonna say Madison just because it's like the underdog, like just because she's the underdog.
Mallory looks great, by the way.
have
Like every
no
time they go
idea.
back.
What?
Every time they go back to Mallory, she looks so good. Like,
I know, right?
I'm
love
not
Lord.
sure.
Like her
I'm
crown
not
and
sure
everything
just
Lord.
yet, but I feel like Mallory is too easy to pick.
Very true. It
So
is.
I don't know yet.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I'm going with the underdog just
You know
to throw
what
it out
I
there.
think? I think it's going to be Misty. Potentially.
Okay.
That
Because
would be
it
so
could have been
random.
Misty, but she failed the one test where she went back to hell, but it was just because it was so horrific for her. Whereas pretty much all of the other girls, it was a selfishness that made it so horrific for her, for them. For her, it was her selflessness. That's
Right.
what made it so bad, was the idea of causing pain.
But you know what was funny? It was like she was crying at the fact that she had to kill the live frog, but then it was like when the teacher got killed, she didn't feel like no type of emotion. Like he's
I
lying.
think
You
she
know what I
was
mean?
in
Like
such shock.
I think she was just
I think it was
horrified.
shock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because she was aware she had been there for forever. So this was something that changed and something that was different. I think
it,
she was
like,
more
knocked
just
off her
like,
thing, yeah.
yeah, but I think
Shock.
she also knew like that wasn't quite real. I don't know.
Okay.
Which is also an interesting thing that I want to ask you guys what you think is this even real reality? Because Queenie even says at one point, I'm still not 100% sure this is real.
Right.
And they keep going back to, is this real? Is this real? Do you think that the apocalypse that we saw that was set up with the bunker, with everything, Do you think that even happens, or do you think that this flashback is this is what could have happened, but instead we figured out who the Supreme is, we stopped the apocalypse, we saved the world.
Oh my gosh, Elena!
What do you guys
think? Why would you do this to us?
I think either it's what could have happened, or if the apocalypse did happen, I don't think it was the whole world. I think it was like a small portion of whatever. I don't believe it's like.
You don't think it was all the
world.
cities that they announced?
No.
I have no idea, to be honest, what I can predict off of that. My mind is completely blown off of what you just said. Because I'm like, what? But I'm like, I don't know. But I do. Okay, my prediction for next episode, one, I love to just see Jessica Lange back, and Sarah Paulson is directing the next episode, so I'm super excited.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just want to see how they're gonna go back, because it's like now we're gonna see Michael's whole childhood. So it's like, ooh, what are they gonna? What tea are they gonna spill? Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that and how Constance dies. Because clearly she's a spirit in the house. Because when they said, oh, all the spirits are here, who are you? Well, she's just hanging out in the house. I want to see who else is in the house, if they bring back everyone, the crazy ex-girlfriend and everything.
She seemed to still be in the same outfit that she
Rubber
was
Man
wearing.
is still there too. Whoever the Rubber Man character is coming back too.
Yeah.
So yeah.
We know
Again.
Tate's going to be back.
Yes.
Right.
You
And
can't
we know
get
the
rid of
family.
Evan Peters that fast. Like,
Oh, no.
I'm sad
Please
I
play
haven't
everyone.
seen enough of him. Like, where are
I know.
he
I'm
must be
like-
working on something else.
And
Like,
everybody
he had
loves Tate. I love that this season they were just like, hey, we took a note of everything that you loved. It's in it now.
Yeah.
So
That's what I'm
just
saying. It's
chill
like
out.
the few episodes that he's not in it, like you're still gonna remember that he's still a part of the whole franchise. Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably got a way bigger part later. He plays everyone. He'll
Like, 'cause
come
this-
back as every single character.
Because this episode, Mead was like, "Don't mention your dad," so it's like,
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
We know that Billy Dean's going to come back at some point too.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering when and how that will be.
I think though that the baby's gonna come back, and it has to deal with the baby, the Michael's twin brother. The
ghost baby?
The ghost baby. Maybe there's something there with that.
Maybe?
I don't know. Maybe they can bring him back to life, and then he ages and is the same age as Michael. I don't know. Because the age thing still is, weird to me, and I think a lot of other people too, that he's just so old. Even though, it makes sense since he got so big in the womb, but, I don't know. Maybe it has to deal with the murder house and his original family.
I wonder if they're going to tie in the Countess's demon baby from Hotel.
Oh.
The thing that was in room 64 or room 33, or the creepy like demon baby.
yeah.
Right.
Ooh.
Because it's like if there's going to be apocalypse all about demon babies, it's like seems like
Bring
all
all
the
of them
demon
back,
babies
yeah.
should be invited
Bring
to the
all the
party.
demon babies.
Right.
Don't leave out one demon baby. It's not very nice.
Ooh, you know what I just thought of? Out of
Bartholomew. Sorry. I was like, what's his
Bart.
Out of all the 7 wonders, which power would you most feel that you would be attracted to? Like, you know what I mean? Would you most like to possess?
Transmutation. I'd want to be able to be like, oh shit, I'm late. Boom, I'm here. It's fine. I was here. I was already here.
100%.
Y'all can't be mad. I was already here.
I agree with that. I love that.
I'm like, I kind of like that one too. I'm like either that one or the finding things, because I'm like always losing things. You know what I mean? So
like,
I'm like, if I can look
But
into
my
some more
problem
stones,
is I would
and
be like,
your
damn, I
keys.
lost my rocks. Like, I can't.
But what if you can just look at any type of rocks, or any type of little stones, be like, damn it, where's my keys at? And,
That's the
okay,
power
they're
of that
over here.
rocks.
Oh, but
Sorry, that was awful. I apologize.
But yeah, I'm like, I
didn't
think
get
I
It's
would
my
do
power
the-
to be better puns.
you didn't get it.
I think I would do the little travel
Yeah,
one,
that'd be
because I'm
nice.
always
Agreed.
late. To
Yeah.
be honest, I'm forever late.
Yeah, I'm into it. I
Not
definitely
only
wouldn't
that,
want to go
I would just
visit
wanna go
hell
on
in a
vacation.
timeshare. I don't like
That's
that.
true.
Like,
Yeah.
I
Not
wanna-
in
I want to go
Paris.
to Hawaii today. Be back in LA by 6 o'clock. Boom.
It's nicer. Yeah.
Yes, girl, just in time for work.
Yeah.
Look,
Nicer than
There you
visiting
go.
your
have
own
mimosas
personal
in
health.
Paris, and then get
Into
my
it.
workout on at Equinox.
Lunch in Paris.
Now, we talk about how much we love hearing from you guys. So we're going to dive into a little news and gossip right now.
TV News.
Quickly.
To kick us
right.
off, I know Ashley has some stuff, but just to let you guys know, too, we do love hearing from you guys. We love when you guys follow us, when you comment, all of that stuff. We also have to say a shout out to at AHS American Horror Story, HS News _feed. These guys are awesome. They have all the most relevant American Horror Story news posted immediately.
Oh, okay.
And they also watch our shows.
Yes.
Thank you guys for watching the show.
Shout out to
tagging
you
us in your
guys.
awesome posts and everything. So if you want to get your most up-to-date news, that's the one that we endorse here at AfterBuzz.
Blue check mark.
Yeah.
Red
They let
check
us
mark.
know that last week's episode, Could It Be Satan, is now the highest rated American Horror Story episode ever on
Wow.
IMDb with an average score of 9.5 out of 10.
That's amazing.
It was an amazing
Get it.
episode.
Yes.
I gotta, I'm like, hands, so it wasn't just us that
Yeah.
loved it. We opened up the episode with being like, this is our favorite.
There we go.
Just saying.
We put it in the atmosphere.
Absolutely.
And the shoes that he's wearing has been selling out. They were Christian Louboutin shoes. And everyone's like all for them right now. They're really
Wow.
Yes. Witch
Awesome.
kicks.
I don't know why I'm having witch kicks. I don't know why I'm having just kind of like a fan moment, but Michael is like looking kind of fine these days.
I know,
Like,
young
Michael's
Michael
cute.
is very cute.
He's real cute.
I've
I'm
always thought
like-
so. You know, like he got the Pantene
Yes,
hair, like
like-
everything.
Yeah,
I'm
he
like,
does
I'm
kind of
good
look like
skin.
evil Legolas, which I'm like, I'm kind of into.
We're all
that
into
says
it.
about me,
But then I realized because like he did another FX thing and he was in the assassination of Gianni Versace, and so I was like, oh, and I was like, oh, he was a little cutie on there. He was
Yes.
great in that. He's
Yeah,
such a
he's
good
amazing.
actor.
All right, so in more news and gossip, we need to give a round of applause to our very own Sarah Paulson. She was named one of Elle Magazine's top women in Hollywood, and
gorgeous.
she's making no apologies about her journey through Hollywood, and she shares very open and honest opinions about her relationship with Halen Taylor, ageism in Hollywood, and her Emmy Award-winning portrayal of Marsha Clark and Ryan Murphy's The People vs. OJ. If you haven't seen it, go see it. It's a great show.
Yes.
So it comes out this November, and she touches on equal representation in the industry. So she says, this moment can be misconstrued as, hey, men, get out of here. I just want a seat at the table where they're all sitting and have been for a long time. I want a cushiony seat in a sense that I have value and I'm allowed to stay. I've been very lucky because a lot of my sense of empowerment has come from working with Ryan Murphy. And it's a bit of an analogy to have found my voice because this is one particular man that has helped me. But it's also a way of saying that it can happen. You don't need to push any gender out of the way to find your spot.
Come through, Sarah Paulson. That was a word. I love her.
Absolutely.
Love her.
So yes, all these beautiful photos of her, and the full article can be found in the November issue of Elle Magazine.
I love her
love
with
it.
short and long hair. I'm like, she can
Yes.
do no wrong.
Everything. She's perfect. And I love that we're going from what the hell to what the L. Get it, Sarah?
She did a great interview with the Today Show, and she says really similar things, but she was just talking about thinking of turning 45 and just having the industry saying, no, sorry.
Yeah.
And it's a really great interview. She's just really well spoken. And
Yes.
I'm gonna go back
Gorgeous.
and watch that.
I love her.
yeah, just Google. I'm pretty sure it's Today Show, Sarah Paulson, and she's also with Charlize Theron.
Oh, okay.
Love it.
I pretty much think like Ryan Murphy controls all of FX. Like I'm
He does.
convinced
Yeah, at
he
this
like
point.
he's directing
Yeah.
every project that's on FX.
And we're
like,
good with it.
Everything
Yeah,
he
I'm like, I was
does
about to
is
say, he can stay
amazing.
there.
Yeah.
We're good.
He might as well just own that network.
And
love
then,
it.
like she said, like he's putting women in power, letting them write, direct episodes, star in them. So
Yes.
shout out to Ryan Murphy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, 'cause
even
he's
put
been
in
a
the
part-
episode. Oh, go ahead.
He's been a part of Jessica Lange's career too. So it's like
Yes.
he even did the Betty and Joan feud thing, the little
Yes.
series or whatever. So he directed that too. So I was
I
like,
loved
oh,
that one.
yeah. I'm like,
Which you
he's-
can also
911.
watch on BHL, the after show for it.
Yes.
Let's see somebody familiar this time.
Absolutely.
But this episode was absolutely incredible. It has
Yes.
me super hyped on next week.
Oh my
Cannot
gosh.
wait to go back to Murder House. Cannot wait too to hear from you guys and everything that you have to say, all of your opinions, all of your different predictions. So, where can everybody find you guys?
Yes,
And-
I'm like, we'll start on this. And you guys can follow me on Instagram at @the_only_Kayla Rene'e.
Ooh, the only. I'm Jennifer Leone, and you can find me on Twitter at Jennifer Leone TV. Tweet me and tell me all your thoughts. Give us a 5-star rating, by the way.
Yes.
Give us thumbs up.
And you guys can find me, Ashley Allen, on all social media. And then quick shout out, we ran out of time, but shout out to Holly72183 for sending us your theory. You guys can find me on all social media at Ashley Reed Allen.
And you guys can find me on Twitter at Alana Jordan and on Instagram at That Alana Jordan Girl. And you can find us all here at AfterBuzz TV.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.